Welcome to my channel. I'm Donut Doggy and I'm going to teach you how to draw a cake. For this you will need a paper and pencil or the drawing app called Procreate. So to begin your simple cake, draw half of a rectangle. It doesn't have to be perfect because after I'm done I'll go back and fix it. Now from the cake you can draw these drippy lines which indicate the ice cream or the icing on the cake. Now draw an arch at the top. Now we're going to draw a cherry and going to add a little detail to the cherry. Now on the icing, draw some sprinkles, but we're going to delete those sprinkles and add some more colorful ones. So you got the base of the cake, right? And now you want to find a nice base color. So I'll go for this nice color because I'm going for a vanilla cake. Now get a light pink or a light whatever color you want and color in that. You don't have to color drop, you can just outline it in pink and then you can color drop. Remember to get rid of the sprinkles. Now find a normal red color and color drop it into the cherry. So we got our base, but it's looking really plain and boring. So go back to that color. So if you are using Procreate, you can go back to that light pink or peach color and get a little bit of a darker color, like this. You can always zoom in and pause the video if you need to catch up. So you're just going to give it a little bit of a shading to give it some dimension. So shade it, and now you want to smudge it all together. Just like this. So it looks like it's actually blended in already. Now if you don't have Procreate and you're using a pencil and pen, it's okay. You can get a white pencil and shade, and if you don't have a white pencil, it's okay. Just use the dark pencil, but you don't have to shade it. It's okay. So now we just gotta, and now look at it, and it looks like it's got a bit more of a shadow to it. Now find that same pink color you were using before and still give it a little bit of darkness too. Do the same thing that you did with the brown to give it that nice feel. Okay. Just quickly shade this in and then I'll move on to the cherry step. Okay, so with the cherry, you basically do the same thing, except you add a bit more colors, like a bit more darker colors. So you get one layer of dark, and then you get the second layer of dark. We will do this for the icing and the cake, but the cherry is going to look really good. It's probably going to look either the best part on this cake. So now it's got a bit of a dark brown color. Now all you got to do is find white. Now you see all these brush lines? While we're shading the white, we want to get rid of them all. Okay. So for this part, you can take your time and slowly do it, because we want the cherry to be absolutely perfect. There might still be a little bit of strokes, but not as much as there was before. We will come back to the cherry. Okay. So now let's do, if you zoom in on the icing, it doesn't look that good. So that's what we're going to fix up now. A little bit of black even blended with it, which is not good. So take your time and make the icing good. color again, that darker one, and make it one level darker. Now this is going to look really good if you guys take your time. Smudge it all over again. I think it's looking really good. We can always come back and finish it later, or you can pause the video and add white highlights, which I'm going to do after I'm finished with this. Okay, so for this, it's going to take a bit more time because this area is a bit bigger, but it's okay. Just take your time. Okay, so you have that color, and then you want to go here and you want to make it one level darker. It might look like a weird color at first, but then when you smudge it together, it will have really good shadows. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to make the smudging pen a little bigger so you can get all those fine details. Make sure you be very careful while you're smudging because you accidentally take in a little bit of the pink and it'll ruin the entire picture. It's okay if you take in a little bit of black. We'll come back and outline it later. Okay, now we're going to do this section. So far it's looking really good. You got to work on it a little bit more, but the end product is really good. Trust me. Okay, so that's the cake done. Now we come back to the icing. So get kind of a hot pinks or like a bit of a deeper pink, but we don't want too much hot pink, otherwise it will ruin it. I've used this so many times and I've always used hot pink, but just the right amount of pink. Okay, now blend it all in together. Blend it in all together to give it that nice finish. Now, we're going to add a little bit of white highlights to the icing. Like that. So that's the cake, but we have to finish up the cherry. The cherry needs work. So we want to get that nice deep red, but we don't want to get a really deep red. We just want to get a different type of shade. Okay, now spread that new shade of red all over and mix it in with some of this red and obviously some normal red, because we don't want the normal red color to fade. Now mix it all in, and now it's sort of that nice color that to a cherry that a cherry has, but we need to shade it. So go down, go really dark, get a really nice dark maroon color. Okay, now we don't want to shade this in too much, otherwise it'll look really cheap, but it's okay. And now shade it in the middle. Make the pen a little smaller while you go near the black bits, because we don't want it to all mix together. Now get a bigger brush and just do all of it. Just like that. Now the cherry is done. We just got to add some white highlights. And one there. Now the cherry's done. All we got to do now is the stem. So for this, you can get an eraser, but you have to make it really small. Erase the stem and get a nice green color. Just draw on the stem the same. Now, we're going to do 3 layers of shading here. 1, and then 2 is a bit of a darker green. Now, blend it all together, just like that. Now, we can add sprinkles. So, get your favorite color and add sprinkles in that color. Now, get a bit of a darker of that and just give it a little bit down the bottom. Or the top, it doesn't really matter. Just like that. And there you have it. A delicious, simple cake ready for